Thanks for staying with us here on Breakfast Central. We're back again, this time looking at the front pages of the newspapers. Plus, we'll get to highlight what to expect from tomorrow at New Central Town Hall. In the meantime, with us, we have one who would definitely prefer to go see Kogosi and one who loves to golf because it's got the greenery and it's going to enjoy swinging and teeing off, whether you like it or not. We're talking about Olusesan Okunade.
The golf master.
An accounting master, chartered
Accountant general.
Accountant general, not the other general.
Good morning, Joe.
You know who? No. Finger. The one that likes to go, that doesn't want to give up now.
Okay.
Finger, you forgot.
Say it now, we're journalists.
No.
Freedom of speech.
How are you speaking in
I was the one that says it must be in power.
Before you know now, DSS will waiting for your, they're waiting for your outside.
Yeah, good morning to you guys. It's glad to be here this morning. You know, as for Kogosi, I was listening to you. This life, there is no duplicate. Whenever you have opportunity, just flex, enjoy it. I think just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I saw some of my guys at Kogosi and I saw the way the things are. My last visit there was quite a long time while it was under the old management, and those guys gave me some. So I feel like going to Smoky Hill Golf Club in those days. From there, leaked Ikogusi. Yeah, so Smoky Hill Golf Course, then just leak Ikogusi and just the life does no. There's no duplicate. Enjoy it while it lasts.
All of you, make sure you go with your wives. To make the holiday very better.
What will you tell your wife? I'm going to hang out with my friends, and then
before you say you have work meeting.
No, it's not work meeting. It's hanging out with Joe Benga. His men are here. Don't you ladies have ladies are here?
Unique type of job. It's the only job that your wives can fact check you on the spot. I'm working. All she has to do is pick up the remote control to see.
No. You can say you have work retreat. Just
those are the things.
I don't entertain such. If any of you have work retreat and your wife come here, I say we don't have. It's a lie. But I thank God you're not men like that. You're men of integrity. Let's get into the papers. Nigerian Tribune, and look at the stories on the front page. Benga will take us through the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, let's look at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. The headline says 17 reps, 1 senator follow Kwankwaso Obi to the NDC. So we are witnessing a new wave of defections, fresh defections. And analysts are saying many more to come before the deadline. The writer says the ADC reviews timetable, fixes presidential primary for May 23rd. Peg's nomination at 90 million. Wow. And a special convention holds on May 26th. We also have Jim Ovia retires as Zenith Bank chairman after 12 years. Court orders interim forfeiture of 9 Abuja properties linked to ex-governor Silva. Senate amends rules, limits leadership positions to ranking principal officers, governors, others, eyeing seats shut out. Alleged plot. I was misled, says Villa presidential staff in video statement. Customs intercept 2.3 billion naira cocaine, Ghanaian loud and others. Okay. Recovers 5.5 billion naira in Ogun, Ondo, Lagos and Oyo State. Court acquits former head of service, Oyo Ita, others for 570 million fraud case. And health. Early cannabis use used to slower cognitive development in teens, says study. They should really highlight that. And wow, the Nigerian Tribune has packed so many stories in their front page. You don't even need to read the whole newspaper, just the front page, and you understand the whole syllables. UN, EU, AU, ICJ, world leaders petition over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Kwabio to lead fact-finding visit to South African Parliament. Digital register opposition parties in last-minute rush to beat INEC deadline following all those defections. Senators, reps, gubernatorial aspirants move across party lines ahead of Sunday's deadline. The door will be shut on Sunday. Let's start with the big story, Mr. Okunade. 17 reps, 1 senator follow Kwankwaso Obi to NDC. What do you make of this move? People have described Mr. Peter Obi as an anywhere belle-faced politician, as a nomadic, a pastoral politician. They're criticizing him for moving from one party to the other. And his supporters are saying, he's doing it for survival.
Yeah, well, whichever position they want to put to it, my position on this is, if the few challenges we are seeing in a political party cannot be endured and solved and move forward, you look at the complexity of our problem as a nation. So that means if we can't solve the problem, possibly we'll be moving from Nigeria to Niger, from Niger to Libya, from
Mr.
Libya
Okunade,
to...
are you not oversimplifying the scale of the issues? Because you say simple problems that he sees in these political parties. These problems could cost him his ambition.
So is your ambition, are you taking your ambition over the global thing that we're talking about? I said on the sister station that as far as I'm concerned, moving from one political party, the pit, for me, he has his followers and they've said their part, even when I actually posted something on the social media to say, well, wherever he goes, we'll go with him. He's actually out there to solve Nigerian problem. So when it's difficult for you to solve the crisis in a political party, he started from ABGA, moved from ABGA, left that ABGA. That ABGA is still in existence, where we have the governor of Soludo still there as governor of that state under the same political party. But at the twink of a little thing, you move to the next place. He went to PDP. He saw the crisis in PDP, went to Labour. I was thinking that with Labour, he has come to stay, solve some of the problems. Because see, all those problems we are looking at with all this internal democracy, it's obtainable across board. Even APC is not exempted from it. We might feel that at the center there seems to be peace because Mr. President has put his weight that is actually coming out. But you can imagine if it has to be within other contestants. You can know that this same internal politicking. Go to other states. I'll give you a typical example. In Oyo State, it's been crisis. Who will be the next governor? We have about 4 people under APC that are actually challenging themselves.
For the crisis to consume you, or you flee?
You don't allow the crisis to consume you, but you wait, face the challenge, and resolve it for you to move forward.
Some of these challenges are beyond. What will you do about a court order, for example?
If the court order is there, the court order is only saying that you may not be privileged to be president this year. Solve it and use the next 4 years to actually put yourself together and put those things up.
Do you know how many Nigerians, the problems of Nigeria are clear and present?
Permit me to also, let's even do a little more step.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So let's start. He was at ABGA.
Yeah.
Right? He left because he had bigger dreams to contest in a bigger platform.
Yeah.
He joined the PDP.
So, but let me interject you there. What stops him of actually using that ABGA platform, build it bigger? Don't forget that APC of today started as ACN. And they now come together, AD, metamorphosed into ACN, and now come together to form APC. And there was someone at that particular party who feels that he has a bigger dream. The dream of Ashwaji today did not start 2023. It started way back in AD. And he started building and accumulating some of those things to where we are today.
Do we agree that politics too has morphed? He doesn't need to go through that process. That's another thing. I think everyone is using...
So now it's to be moving from one place to the other.
Everyone is using...
So what gives us the impression that tomorrow, the same problem, when he moved from LP to ADC, we thought that the problem would be solved.
It was test.
But it's not good. Okay, yeah, let's go, okay?
PDP.
Yeah.
He saw the crisis in PDP, back and forth. He left.
Yeah.
I went to Labour Party.
Yeah.
As we stand now, ABGA is now supporting the incumbent. PDP crisis. He saw the issue with the LP. He said, no, this one will take me backwards. I wouldn't progress to become president. He left the Labour Party and moved to where? ADC.
ADC.
Where is the Labour Party today? Problem, right? You can see. Now, ADC, he's there. One man says, whether you like it or not, I am going to be a man of war. I'm going to be the next president, even though I've contested 5 times. It is my turn. It must be ceded to the north. He saw it again and said, this is the same issue. And even said a video. I don't know if our producers can get that video ready. He said anywhere he goes to, any party he goes to, once they see him, whether we like it or not, I don't know, by virtue of your own thoughts, many have said he's a threat, even internally. So he saw the issue in the ADC, said, this is going to set me back. He left and went to the NDC, which, if you look at it systematically, it also belongs to someone from the southern part who rides on that same trajectory and belief that it is time for the southern side to actually be present. So he said, okay, let me pitch my tent here. This is looking very good. Where is the ADC now as we speak? Problem. So let's track back. ADC issue, LP issue, PDP issue, ABGA, not certain. So is he wrong to run away from these parties? Or you want him to remain there and manage the issues?
And you should stay back and build the party.
And my concern is, if you have a focus of achieving something, you should put at the back of your mind that there will be challenges. And my own position on this matter is, how prepared are you? When it was actually moving from LP to ADC, did you add that calculation of the challenges that you're going to face in order whether you will retract back or move forward? And I'm putting this across to you. What gives you the impression? Because we are talking politics. What gives you the impression that between now and Sunday, the deadline given by INEC, NDC will not have challenges? So where do you go from there?
Should we stay put or die trying? We have a call, I believe, from Port Harcourt.
Are you quoting 50 Cent?
Good morning.
Stay put or die trying.
Frank is calling from Rivers.
Good morning, Otis.
Good morning.
Yeah, let me react on the topic of that now. Issue of Obi defecting from one party to another. Yeah, I guess I've said it all. If Obi cannot settle the matter in ADC, it means that he cannot settle the problem of Nigeria. Moving from one party to party A to party B, from party B to party C, it's not cannot solve the problem. The problem is if you have a house and there is crisis in your house, you're supposed to solve the crisis in your house before solving the problem of the community. If you cannot solve your problem in the house, it means that you cannot solve the
What if it's not the cause of this
problem? Which is the case?
We don't want to contest primaries with anyone. We just want to be honorable. And you can't turn anywhere. And also, you just want to spend money in primary. There's nowhere it can be president without spending money. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Not the spend shishi. I think he's also an accountant.
For those who did not hear clearly, what Frank is saying is that if Obi cannot solve the problems within his party, how can he solve the problem of Nigeria? I want to read comments from YouTube. We're streaming live, News Central TV Live, so please head to YouTube. Charles Dennis says, point of correction, APC is a convention or convergence of ACN, AD, CPC, some faction of ABGA, PDP, and ANPP.
Exactly.
So, you know, to set that aside. Paul Lekere says, people like Arabambi were being sponsored by APC to scatter Labour Party. Mokuye Chukwemeka says, should Obi remain in a problematic place? If the challenges were not motivated by external forces, I believe Obi would have stayed. I just wish the man wasn't contesting himself. Paul Lekere says, they say you are an APC loyalist.
Well, I know that will definitely come up, but the truth just need to. My own position, okay.
Monkey Chukwemeka says, I don't agree with you, sir. The party can be having issues that we know where it's coming from and expect Obi to remain there. The main aim is to make him to be among the candidates next year. And he says, ABGA is not a national party. APC is a combination of many parties. And one more question, he said, didn't Obi try to mediate many times and it didn't work? People who have been paid to cause issues in every party he has gone to. But let's get your response.
Okay, well, to me, I will say this. I'm not a politician. I don't get involved, but we've studied them outside. And it's not peculiar to Nigeria. If you observe, when we are in the electioneering process, there are a lot of smearing of names, attacking. People will tell you that if you want to know the genesis of your grandfather, join politics. Because people will bring out some of those things and dig it out for you. And what that speaks to is, how prepared are you with some of those history that you don't even know of? Imagine what happened to your great-grandfather that your father did not even, is not aware of. And now you are coming and somebody is using it against you. How prepared are you to actually solve the problem? Where I'm addressing here is that if you have a focus of achieving certain things in the nearest future, you should be prepared there will be challenges. And with those challenges coming up, how do you intend to actually solve, even when those problems, most of the time, the problem are not always being created by you. Even in the private sector where you work, you have a mission of becoming head of a particular place. There will be challenges to deter you of getting to where you're going. But if your eyes is on the bar, you look at how do we actually overcome this problem. I will tell you, whether somebody say I'm APC, but we follow the trend as an analyst. When they started in AD, I'm sure you know it was fight for all. Some people were saying, Asiwaju, the president of today, was the major problem, divided AD. When they moved from AD, they moved to AC to ACL. But as far as I'm concerned, it was actually planning for the future. And we've seen even on a lower cadre where some people, they will tell you it is your turn to be either be House of Rep or Senate. And they will say, no, it's not possible. We want this particular person to go now. And you see the person just retract back. He won't still leave the party. Obey. And few period to come, they will all work together and they will say, now, it is your turn. What I'm saying, what I am saying is that I was thinking, I did not even, and I said this while Obi was moving to ADC, knowing fully well that the former vice president was already there ahead of him. It does not have the grounds to challenge Atiku. But people were saying Atiku will step down for. If Atiku did not even, I can say, if Atiku did not even win the election or the primaries for 2027, he's coming back 2031. And I asked them, can Obi match Atiku to bring him down? It was at that point he should have calculatively checked himself to say, can we manage the situation while I'm looking out? Manage the situation in LP, whether it's external created or internal created, and see the better place. If he had moved from LP to NDC, where we are talking of now, I think it would have been more. But one thing we should know, politicians know how to get hold of themselves. Not only at the presidential level, at the gubernatorial level, people are unfolding stories that is not palatable to the ears to see how they get it. And that's the way they play their politics.
On a realistic note, let's come down to earth, because a lot of things you said are based on theory and hypothetical situations.
Okay.
If things were perfect and all of that. The purpose of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi contesting is to fix what he calls the rot in the Nigerian system today. So getting on the ballot is the ultimate eye on the prize. It's not by how many parties did I join, how did I join, because these are also hurdles that have been, and landmines that have been set by the ruling party to prevent him, because they see him as a formidable threat. So are we being unfair in our judgment? Because at the end of the day, all he wants to do is to appear on the ballot box and contest. And
that I realize. That I realize is be on the ballot box or the ballot paper for people to see. And it's coming out. You ask yourself, is politicking about just you as an individual? Do we have, as we speak, between now and the next 8 months, what is the structure? Do you know that before now, I do not even know the existence of NDC, not until when he moved. I'm asking myself, what is the structure of that political party across the 36 states and FCT? Don't forget, most of the time I tell people that the kind of system we operate is not about you as an individual that will actually make things to happen. How are you actually working to make sure that you are also represented at the National Assembly who consolidate on some of the things that you need to do? Have we forgotten that if at all you win majority and you become the president, and opposition is on the other side in the house, as we have in UK and some other area, you might have it very difficult actualizing even that your set dream. And that's where people come up to tell you that people are sabotaging their effort because they are in opposition. It's part of the politicking that we're actually talking about. And my concern is it should not be about you. I appreciate the fact that we have 17 reps, 1 senator that are actually moving up. How can we have more? Because it's not about you just becoming the president. It's about having your network base worked well in such a way to make sure that you deliver the dividend of that democracy that you are actually giving to people because they can frustrate
and who says he won't even have those if he emerges as president?
Mr. Okunade,
yeah.
I mean, we've done this litmus test.
Yeah.
Even the current president we're talking about moved.
No, it's not movement.
In terms of party change.
It's the consolidation that we call that. It's not movement. Because
it was a different...
SDP was the only different party started with. So when they joined AD, AC, ACN, they were actually new party that was formed.
Yeah, because the military, there was an interruption.
There were new parties that were actually being formed, and they started moving on the trajectory.
Were those internal or external problems that came to affect those parts, that came to affect
They were. Now, if they were not, why are they actually moving from one place to the other?
Exactly. So Benny will tell you it's the same. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So that we can move on. Obi had 6,101,000 votes.
Yeah.
With LP.
With LP.
Was not known.
Not one rep,
was not
one councillor in the whole of Nigeria.
When we have this argument, I am not an obedient. I am apolitical. But I like to look at it from a standpoint of details.
Yeah.
LP was not known. All of a sudden, LP became popular because people were hobnobbing and joining Obi's movement.
Yeah.
So we can't say for sure. That argument, let's kill it, that, oh, who is NDC? No, let's kill it. It has been proven and tested that question has an answer.
People correlate.
But do you know that as at the time that LP was coming up and Obi was there was this time lag for you to have that prepared. Not these 8 months we're talking about.
I mean, once information is out.
Guess what?
Yeah.
There's also an answer to that question.
Okay.
The awareness, political awareness, has increased from that time
till now. Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of activations going on.
Yeah.
See people driving the activations, they are youths. And they are the ones pushing, printing the T-shirts, doing all of that. So that's the answer. There's awareness, political awareness. The numbers are...
That I support and I give kudos to it.
The other argument, just as we look at this again, you've said, oh, okay, he should have waited. Have you also seen the trajectory? That as soon as Obi left LP...
The court sorted out the issue.
Yep. Immediately. Now, guess what? As soon as Obi... Have you seen the story this morning? As soon as Obi left ADC, the court has now said, no, we cannot deregister ADC. INEC has also said, no, that request to register ADC will not work. Why didn't you respond to that while he was still there immediately?
So, okay, go ahead and respond.
Well...
You know, as journalists, when we do these things out, we look at it from all angles.
When you were saying that Labour Party, he should have moved, that you would have understood better if he moved from the Labour Party directly to the NDC as opposed to moving to the ADC. Remember that his movement to the ADC was based off the premise that all of them were going to produce a consensus candidate. They all had a collective agreement that, they're going to produce a consensus candidate to kick out the incumbent. But it looks like now that they've all renounced their political parties and moved to the ADC, they're now shifting the goalposts.
But you see one thing I want us to understand. These politicians, they do not even trust themselves. Not to we. We are only discussing all these things and we are fighting ourselves. They themselves, they don't trust one another, because this that you brought out now was part of the things, and I was asking myself, consensus candidates, Obi is joining possibly because he feels he has the grounds, the obedient are behind him, he can use that to negotiate and be the consensus candidate. But I have behind my mind that there is a man, I will continue to say it, wherever you see the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is determined, is hell-bound, that this I must achieve. So you must be calculative enough.
And include him in your calculus.
It's like you are doing differentiation and integration when you are dealing with the man. Because you won't
As you are planning for Tinubu, you should be planning for him.
So when that move happened, I was like, this man would have went different paths with his movement. And that's why I said if he has moved from LP to NDC, where we don't have Babat. See, ADC is full of big store. You have Amechi, very strong guy, Erufa, and all of them are saying they are better candidate. And I asked myself, you are relying on obedience Where will this consensus come when everybody is putting their sword that they want to be there? Those are part of the calculation I was expecting. See, I'm an individual that feels that there should be a strong opposition, whatever way you want to put it. APC did that to PDP because that's what will make the politics to be sweet, so that everybody will not just be sitting down and say this is the path we need to go. But you must be calculative enough to know how to make those moves in such a way that you will even carry the lower cadre people. That you see, elites can look at the movement to say ADLP to ADC to NDC. There are some certain set of people you need to actually preach the gospel to them. As at the time that you are telling them that, sir, see, this one, no, we don't come out.
The logo has changed.
Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa,
Pikin of those days. Now you are moving those things. So those are areas where I feel that we need to just address those issues. This problem we are talking of is always part of politicking.
Okay.
And you must be prepared for it.
I want to read comments from YouTube. YouTube is buzzing. Sunday Adara says, the bitter truth is that Peter Obi has been vested with spiritual problems since he broke his oath of not leaving Abga under any circumstance. Yeah, you dear.
Who is the DBA that gave you this information?
I got this advice from a madman. Okwanachi Suleiman says, we want Atiku to be on ballot.
Please, what kind of name combination is that? How can it be Suleiman and Okwanachi at the same time?
Maybe I'm the one with Okwanachi Suleiman.
Okay.
He's a proper Nigerian.
Yeah, very good.
We want Atiku to be on ballot if possible. Let Atiku fight. Let Atiku collapse his structure into APC and endorse Tinubu so we can dismantle them together.
I mean, you can't blame him for making such a statement because at this point, it looks like he's working for the ruling party.
Then Charles Dennis says, it's not enough to say that you're a non-partisan or a political, but a different thing in your attitude and analysis. Obi can't wait in a place not wanted. INEC and federal government are victimizing Obi because he's a force. Paul Akeri says, allegedly, by INEC, Nigerians know what Peter Obi's score is in 2023. BJ says, you guys said the same thing about structure in 2022-2023, and yet Obi made a major stride until there was glitch that cannot be explained till date. And okay, I've taken this one. Let's take the last one before I go ahead. Oh, sorry, Pastor Abdul Okwanachi Suleiman. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Charles Denny says, it is not about having a strong opposition in Nigeria, but for the federal government and INEC to conduct a free, fair, and credible election. Joseph Smart says, good morning, Joe. Your analysis and question about those fighting Obi, which you put to your guests this morning, is top-notch. God bless you. Please ring the bell for yourself. Do you want to ring the bell? Let me ring it for you. And final comment for now, we'll take more later. He says, in this political war, APC is fighting with bombs and bazookas. Obi has only a bulletproof vest. Yet, you want them to fight same way. The only thing Obi can do is dodge the bullets.
We haven't even started talking about issues that are bedeviling us as a country.
So let's
the multitude of problems. We're still talking about just getting the contestant on the ballot paper, and it's such a huge issue in a democracy.
And those are areas I expect us to have more concentration on.
And that's what
the conversation should be more. Even when I look at the dailies, now it's more, and it is still the same people that will say when election time is coming, they will leave governance. But what do you read on the dailies? It's election. You don't need anything relating to governance
but then
on its own.
It's important because if we don't talk about this issue, they won't even be allowed to be on the ballot if you don't highlight some of this.
But can we look for a way to balance? If you look at all the things you've read this morning, there is nothing speaking to about attack, maybe in one place or the other, or the problem of electricity. I just came back from. Okay, you saw.
This one's in Uganda.
Okay. I didn't know Uganda politicians are going to be voting in 2027.
Challenges of Nigerians, right? He's saying that all we're seeing is political.
Nobody is talking about. We are only hearing.
Nigerian missionaries detained in Uganda. This is on the front page of the Punch. 62 Nigerian missionaries detained in Uganda as a suspected illness spreads within their facility in Adjumani district. At least 20 of the detainees are experiencing symptoms believed to be linked to the environment in which they are being held. a 5-month-old baby being nursed by one of the detainees, was reportedly hospitalized twice after seriously falling ill. And then the Nigerian set ministers of a Christian missionary group, Life Mission, were detained by Ugandan immigration authorities over allegations of illegally operating churches.
That one is there. Nobody's talking about it.
Madam Abike Dabiri and Foreign Minister Bianca
the diaspora,
would also step into it and look at these issues.
I'm mentioning that missionaries they are maintaining that their organization followed due process before entering Uganda, adding that they secured invitations and approvals from relevant authority, including the Office of the Prime Minister, the Commissioner for Refugees, and the Born Again Fellowship of Uganda. We're bringing this to public light, hoping that
Foreign Minister,
the diaspora
would step in and ensure that these Nigerians, their rights are protected. And
on
the dailies, nobody is talking about
the big one.
Issue of xenophobia.
This Nigeria, the headline screams xenophobia.
Yeah.
Enough of the nonsense. Senator decry attack on Nigerians. If you saw the plenary yesterday, Senator Adams Oshiomhole was speaking tough. He said, DSTV and MTN, that Nigeria should nationalize it. What sort of nonsense is this? That enough is enough. Do you think this is beyond political rhetoric, or it's about time the South African authorities speak up? Because just earlier this week, Foreign Minister Bianca Ojukwu did speak to her South African counterpart, the minister in charge of International Relations and Cooperation for the Republic of South Africa, Ronald Lamola. They are speaking at that level. But it's not trickling down to the Operation Dudula people on the streets. So you can speak high English at the presidential level, but the ordinary South Africans on the street are still molesting and still, attacking foreigners, thinking they're the problems of South Africa. How do we deal with this? Does this threat against MTN or DSTV, would they help?
Yeah, Benga, I was at a particular forum yesterday, and this formed part of our discourse. And part of the things a lot of us have said is that even within, there are crises that we are finding difficult to solve. We are now talking of providing support to the outsiders, people that are actually being killed there. When issues like this happen, the high and mighty can talk and discuss within themselves solutions and problems. But do you carry the people that are actually carrying out some of these acts? Do you carry them along? Just the same way that you hear that areas where attacks have been done, that we termed as a prone area for insecurity. There are always talk between the federal government, the state government, the security agencies, but it does not trickle down to those people that are actually aggrieved down there. So it's beyond this issue of talk. And I don't want to go the route of saying, what do we do with the likes of MTN? We can look for a way and see how we get those organizations in. But how much are we creating on ourselves? Some of these companies are actually created by South Africa.
And they employ majority
of our leaders. I'm sure you can look at the quantum of the employees some of these organizations have. How much is our government doing to make sure that our own citizens come out with some of those investments? Most of the things we see is that Nigerians don't even believe in the government themselves. So they would rather invest outside the shore of the country. You see, most of the time we don't appreciate ourselves, and it's difficult to even believe in it. I think it was on Sunday, I was on the course with two South Africa. In fact, before we started the game, the first thing they did was to say, oh, Mr. Okunade, I think sincere apology for what is actually going out there in our country. And I'm like, are these guys thinking that when we get to the course, we are going to use the xenophobia to attack them? But they actually gave that apology, and they are like, these are things that even the whites, South Africans are being attacked. So it's not just only the black, and they are looking at what the government are actually doing. So we should go beyond this actual discussion of the high network people. The Senate president will be going there. What are you going to discuss? How are you going to address the people that have been killed? What confidence do you want to restore to all the people that are actually been there? This is, my concern is that it's becoming a recurring decimal. These attacks on Nigeria, and why Nigeria? most of the time. We've come there to actually contributed to the growth of their economy, as a typical Nigeria we want to do. Why must we have this as our gain of you killing some of those that have actually stayed in some of this country for those longer periods? Government must be intentional about doing something, and I think for me, what I will continue to promote is that encourage us so that we have more businesses.
How can government in Nigeria, because they're not there, they're not the South African police, there's only so much you could do to protect Nigerians. You can give advisory, you can say, avoid certain places, but how practical is it to protect Nigerians in South Africa?
It's pretty difficult to protect them there. And that's why I will always say, look at an average Chinese man. He first reside in his country. Make the country much more better for us. We have a lot to offer here. So when you are sending our people out there, a lot of them are out. If you see an average Chinese man, the government know about their existence in this country. They are not just here on their own voyage. They have the support of the government. But a lot of our own citizens that are out there on their personal ground. Government is not even aware that they're out there. So it becomes quite difficult to make some of those things. And that's why we say, make our country more, habitable, where you can give, that safe landing for businesses to grow. Then we can start exporting. Right. That will be to the knowledge of the government and things to do.
Don't forget that the Nigerian Tribune, I just want to mention that on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, it has a header there. UN, EU, AU, ICJ World Leaders petition over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Under there, it says Akpabio to lead fact-finding visit to South Africa Parliament.
Is that necessary?
So he's going there. However, let me also mention, because we did see Senator say that we should, MTN, they should take it from there. MTN is now a Nigerian company, whether like it or not. The CEO is Nigerian.
And
it's MTN Nigeria. Yeah, it's MTN. They will put it MTN Nigeria. So
it becomes partially, you now have Nigerians who have investments that is staying with other South African
and is it necessary?
That was actually not right in terms
for Senator Akpabio to travel to South Africa. He can watch News Central and follow. We have correspondent Bongani Sizima. She will bring all the updates.
Right.
Let's save our money.
This trip of fact finding, which other facts?
Exactly. What are you finding?
Watch News Central. Senator Abike Dabiri's office.
That's an agency that is supposed to actually carry that and bring it to the table for you to have your decision.
Watch News Central.
We're out of time, but I need to wrap up the show on a very important note by taking a very important story. So please focus and pay attention to these words of advice that I'll be leaving you with. At the bottom left corner of the Nigerian Tribune, it says, early cannabis use linked to slower cognitive development in teens, according to a study. So if you do not know what early cannabis, what cannabis means, in other words, you can call it Mary Jane, you can call it ganja, you can call it cannabis sativa, you can call it weed, or you can call it Igbo. How do I know these names? Benga has shown me the names and, taught me in his journalistic experience as my senior brother, having done research in the subject matter.
The only way I learned about that name was when I heard, "It is smoking book."